Hi, Rebecca Stevens from Workbrighter here. Do you ever find when you develop kind of frameworks, competencies or values frameworks for your organisation that you put a lot of effort in and then it sometimes doesn't quite have the impact that you were hoping for? And I often find when I'm working with clients a sense of disappointment that their values framework just isn't reaching to the operational levels that they wanted it to, or the behavioural framework is, it's just become a bit of a lip service activity during appraisal process rather than something people are really adhering to. And what I wanted to share with you are some common mistakes which you can avoid when you're developing these frameworks that lead to this situation, and I hope they're useful. So they're things like doing enough research, involving enough people. What I find is when you involve stakeholders and key people across a business, you definitely get more buy-in. Other common things are, just being mindful of your jargon. I know we often like our little kind of HR words like authenticity or mindfulness or, those kind of words. So just being mindful of using it there. Just being conscious of how easy those words are to understand from people who are working in a more kind of practical or operational level of the business. Other things are things like measurable, making sure it's observable, even values, making sure they're observable through the behaviours, making sure the labels are clear, not having too many or indeed too few. Making sure you've got the negative behaviours too, because they're useful, an overdrive. We talk a lot about kind of overplay of strengths or overdrive of your strengths. Those are useful to capture. And then, of course, validating your framework. Anyway, you can find out more on workbrighter.co.uk/secrets. Happy Halloween.